Hi all, welcome to another session on a general introduction to programming. In this video session, you will learn about the features and applications of Python. Python is one of the languages that is witnessing incredible growth and popularity year by year. This is an image from IEEE Spectrum where you can see the ranking of most popular languages. You can see the ranking of Python. It's the number one language that is used most widely all around the world. Next is Java. C comes in the third position, C++ in fourth position, JavaScript in fifth position, R in sixth, Arduino in 7th position, Go language in 8th position, Swift in 9th position, and MATLAB in 10th position. In this table, you can see the ranking, language, type, and scope. So, what is this type? You can see three different symbols here, right? So, this first symbol, that means you can use Python for web application development. And next one is you can use it for the desktop application development, and the next one and the third symbol, that means you can use it for building embedded applications. So Python can be used for developing web applications, desktop applications, as well as embedded applications. So you might be wondering what makes Python this much popular. The first and foremost thing is it is beginners friendly. What does it mean? Python language is incredibly easy to use and learn for new beginners and newcomers. The Python language is one of the most accessible programming languages available because it has simplified syntax and not complicated, which gives more importance on natural language. So it can be easily written and executed much faster than other programming languages. The next reason is it can solve complex problems with fewer lines of code. You can see an example for this. Here you can see Java code as well as Python code. It's a program written to print hello world. In Python, I can achieve that with a single line of code, whereas in Java it's taking more than one line of code, right? So from this it is clear that for solving any problem using Python language, it will take a fewer lines of code when compared to other programming languages. The next important one is the cross-platform. Python can be used in nearly any kind of environment, and one will not face any kind of performance loss issue irrespective of the platform, whether it's a Windows or Linux or Mac OS one is working. The next point is huge community. If any programming language lacks developer support or documentation, then they don't grow much. But Python has no such kind of problems because it has been here for a very long time. The Python developer community is one of the most incredibly active programming language communities. This means that if somebody has an issue with Python language, they can get instant support from developers of all levels, ranging from beginner to expert in the community. Getting help on time plays a vital role in the development of the project, which otherwise might cause delays. It also got wide ecosystem. Programming languages grows faster when a corporate sponsor backs it. For example, PHP is backed by Facebook, Java by Oracle, and Sun, Visual Basic, and C# by Microsoft. This Python programming language is heavily backed by Facebook, Amazon Web Services, and especially Google. You can see more than 254,000 projects for Python. That means if any one of you have any problem to solve with the help of Python, you can get numerous solutions for your problem very easily. This all makes Python so popular among the people. Let's see some more features of Python. Python is an example of high-level language. Programs written in a high-level language takes less time to write. They are shorter and easier to read, and they are more likely to be correct. They can run on different kinds of computers with few or no modifications. That means high-level languages are purely independent of the architecture of the computer system. The next feature is, as I mentioned, is very easy to learn. Python is called an interpreted language because it goes through an interpreter, which turns the code that is written in the high-level language to a language that is understood by the machine's processor. Another one is, in Python, you can tackle the basics of object-oriented programming. We can explore the classes, objects, instant methods, attributes, everything in Python just as in any other object-oriented programming language. Of course, Python is procedure-oriented as well. You can write programs or libraries that are largely procedural in Python. Next, go into the applications of Python. So, because of its wide popularity, Python is using in almost every areas of development. The first one is web applications. Python can be used to create a variety of web frameworks including CherryPy, Django, Bottle, Flask, etc. These frameworks provide standard libraries and modules which simplify tasks related to content management. The next thing is you can use Python for scientific and computational application. The higher speeds, productivity, and availability of tools such as scientific Python and numeric Python have resulted in Python becoming an integral part of applications involved in computation and processing of scientific data. You can also use Python for developing games. This Python has various modules and libraries that support the development of games. You can use Python for data analytics as well. It's becoming more and more popular for doing data analytics. Companies worldwide are using Python to harvest insights from their data and get a competitive edge. And the next application is in the area of image processing and computer graphics. It's used to make 2D imaging software such as Landscape, GIMP, etc. and 3D animation packages like Blender, Cinema 4D, Maya also use Python in variable proportions. These are only a few applications of Python. If you are interested, you can search the web materials for learning more applications of Python. These are some of the top companies where Python is using for improving their productivity. You can see YouTube, Google, Instagram, Uber, Spotify, Quora, IBM. There are a lot of companies which are using Python for bringing in the service to the common people. So you have learned the features that make the Python the most popular language in the programmer's world, as well as some of the applications of Python. So that's all for this session. Thank you.